Another day dawns in Port Talbot, but for the 5,500 people working at this plant, there are still no answers. This morning, ministers arrived at Downing Street for an emergency meeting.
Minister, is this the end of the Welsh steel industry?
Speaking afterwards, the Prime Minister said nationalisation isn't the answer.
We're not ruling anything out. I don't believe nationalisation is the right answer. What we want to do is secure a long-term future for Port Talbot and for other steelmaking plants in the United Kingdom. This is a difficult situation. There's no guarantees of success.
The decision by Tata Steel to sell off its UK operations will not only affect the plant here in Port Talbot, but also Shotton in North Wales, as well as Corby and Rotherham. 15,000 workers are directly employed by Tata, but it's thought up to 40,000 jobs in related industries could be at risk. The government's been accused of opposing EU plans to impose higher tariffs on Chinese steel entering Europe. Labour has called the government response to the crisis a shambles.
I've been arguing that we shouldn't have been giving in the last budget tax giveaways to large corporations and capital gains tax to the richest 5% in our country. We could have used that money to subsidise the steel industry in the short term, protect 40,000 jobs and then have a viable steel industry that we need for our infrastructure developments in the future.
Diane Kosterman's father and 3 brothers all worked at the plant.
You know, it's the bread and butter of this town. And as I say, they're trying to take it away from us.
Hayden Williams was a welder at the steelworks for 30 years.
Well, we have had our problems there, but nothing like this, you know.
Do you think the government should step in?
Well, I can't see anything else. They got to, haven't they?
Anne Absalom agrees the Prime Minister should do more.
He bailed out the banks, which caused an awful lot of problems. So why is he turning his back on the steel companies and that?
The government says it's doing everything it can to resolve the steel crisis, but unless a buyer is found soon, the future for workers here is very uncertain.